What's up, guys? It's Josh from the 570. I haven't been on in a few days. This baby's keeping me up all night, and I'm pretty much sleeping all day, so I really haven't had time to make any videos. But I do want to thank all my new subscribers. We are up to 182. I also want to thank RT Life. RT Life asked me through private messages if I wanted to be part of their challenge series. He put a challenge series out. He's going to do like 0 to 60 and things like that, but he put his challenge video out there of all his subscribers, which I am, to do a flyby video. That is the video you've seen of not only me doing the flyby, but me setting the record, personal record of my vehicle doing 152 miles an hour. They loved it. They thought I knocked it out of the park. I couldn't bring them that throaty V8 Hemi sound with Corsa exhaust or straight pipes, but I could definitely give them a hell of a show as far as speed. So I want to thank RT Life for putting my video. My video, I actually shared it within my own library, in my own playlist, but my video is also on their channel, RT Life. It's under Flybys and Acceleration. And if you go to like, there's a short clip at like 30 seconds, but if you go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you'll see my video. Today's video is about vehicle mounts for action cameras. You can put this mount on a boat, you can put it on, the side of your house, anything that's smooth enough to grab suction. I use these vehicle mounts quite a lot. I might not share the footage with you guys because some of the illegal things that I do in Mexico, I'll keep that footage to myself. So, one of the big things that you're going to notice with vehicle mounts, doesn't matter what brand you buy, they're all similar. They're all similar because action cameras all run by the same size. They're all the same size. Actually, let me show you here. This is another action camera I have. It is the exact same size as a GoPro. A buddy of mine who has a YouTube channel, check him out. His name's Greg Salvatore. I'm going to post his YouTube channel down below. In the past, he's had a vehicle mount, not a GoPro one, but he's had a vehicle mount just like this fall off of his car. And that's like one of your biggest fears. It was one of my biggest fears when I first got vehicle mounts for this camera. I was constantly looking at it in the rearview mirror because I didn't know if it was going to fall off. And if it did fall off, I wanted to hurry up and get it because I didn't want to be run over by another car. You have a fear, like, especially if you have a GoPro, or even if you don't have a GoPro. Some of these cameras are pretty expensive, but you have a fear that you're going to either damage, ruin, or lose your expensive camera. This was my very first vehicle mount. It comes with a safety cable. If you buy this vehicle mount, I recommend you use the safety cable. It has probably fallen off a dozen times. I always use, like, whether I put it up on the window and then run the safety cable in through the window, like you roll the window down a little bit, put the safety cable through and then roll the window up. I've been driving down the road and a bump would knock the camera off and it would be dangling. So I'm glad I had the safety cable hooked up. This vehicle mount is something I would not trust that I put back on like a rear fender, quarter panel, the door panel, things like that. The front of my car where it's like not perfectly flat. I would not trust this mount to be mounted like that. Okay, now, this is a GoPro mount. This is a GoPro vehicle mount, suction cup. This suction cup is actually rated to 150 mile an hour. If you've seen my videos, you know that this will stay on at over 150 mile an hour. But I've seen, not only testing, but I've seen people put these on the side of a plane or on a Viper doing over 200. On the side of a plane doing 250, 300. And these will stay on. This suction cup is 10 times what this other suction cup is. So let me put these two side by side for a minute. So I can tell you this, the GoPro one is a lot better made. The quality is a lot stronger, it's a lot thicker. If you could see how thin this is compared to this, very thick. So build quality. The build quality is just not there with the generic versions. I do recommend that you buy a GoPro vehicle mount for your action cameras. Greg, get out there. They're actually not that expensive. If you are going to buy one thing that is GoPro, this is well worth it. I'm going to show you something else. You see that? This is the suction cup for both of these vehicle mounts. This is the generic version, and then this is the GoPro. You can see the size difference. The GoPro is... the suction cup's probably 30% larger. Along with being 30% larger, we're going to talk about the suction cup itself. The mechanism for the suction cup here has a system where you place the suction cup down, you press firmly, and then you push that handle down, and that handle is going to suck the suction cup up in and creating your suction. The GoPro one, for instance, has a similar handle where that pulls it up and draws the suction cup up to create that suction. But right here, this is one of the big differences. Not only is the suction cup a lot bigger and stronger, more commercial grade, industrial quality, but this right here, this little button right here, is meant to get out all the air. So when you push this down while you're attaching it, this will actually squeeze all the air out from underneath the suction cup. So then when you go to apply this handle, you will get a better suction, creating a tighter bond, and then therefore your suction cup will stay on the proper way. So Greg, anybody else who has a vehicle YouTube channel who's thinking about putting a suction cup mount on their vehicle, I do recommend the GoPro vehicle mount. So now I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite places to actually mount the camera, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like in that camera's view. Okay, one of my favorite places to mount this camera is driver's side, passenger side, it doesn't matter. I guess it would choose you would choose the lane on which you tend to drive in. So if you were a left lane guy, you like to hang out in the left lane, maybe the passenger side of your car would be a better place for this so that you can get more shots. But actually it's on the driver's side. You could do it right here. You could do it right here so that you can get a shot all the way down your car like that. And with the GoPro you get 170 degree angle, I believe it is, or with the action cameras I mean, you get 170 degrees of angle, so you don't necessarily have to point the camera straight down your car. You can angle it out a little bit. You're still going to get down your car, but you're going to get a lot more great footage. So you're going to mount it right here. Angle this up so it's level. Angle that down a little bit. Right there is my number 1 spot. Let me just mount this so you can see what it looks like. Takes 2 seconds to mount. I'm not going to tighten it up because it doesn't need to be. But there is one of my favorite spots for mounting a camera. You're going to get some awesome footage of driving down the road. You're also going to get you're going to see your car and everybody else's. Another spot I like to mount this camera, again, it doesn't matter which side you do it, is right here. Especially if you're the vehicle race kind of person, you like to record street racing. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes or after you pass somebody, or while they're passing you, misshifts, maybe somebody spun out, jockeying for position, whatnot. But there's a lot of things that you tend to miss if you don't have a camera pointed in the rearward facing direction. Now for those of you who have the muscle car anybody subscribed to RT Life, basically, who has a wicked exhaust system, Corvettes, Mustangs, you're gonna like mounting your vehicle camera mount right here. So right there, if you they also make, I have one, but it's not on here, they make a longer arm. So if you had the longer arm, the camera would sit out here more, and you could angle it right down at your exhaust, and that's how you get those shots to hear your throaty, big muscle car V8 exhaust. Now I do have a dash cam, so I do record everything over the front of my hood, but one of my other favorite spots, this applies to everyone, let's see here, this applies to everyone with a sunroof. Now mind you, if you've never done it, on my camera it doesn't self-right. It does that on purpose so it can show whether or not you're facing up or down. Like say you put it on your head and you fall, things like that. But you have to go into your settings and change the camera to upside down. Because another one of my favorite spots is right here, on the glass of the sunroof. And what I'll do is hang it down like that. Let's see here. What I'll do is hang it down like that to record, and what I'll do is I'll put it on that rear sunroof, and that will record everything in the cab here plus out the windows. You'll see all the action going on outside the windows. You'll see the driving, whether it's passenger, driver, things like that, but you get to see everything as if you were just riding along. It is one of the greatest shots that I could think of for showcasing everything in one shot. Now for my fifth and final location, for my favorite location for shooting video, we're going to go back out again, is either side. It doesn't matter which side, but right here on the door. You're going to ask me why. Oh, that's another thing. My vehicle's dirty right now, and the GoPro mount sticks to it like nothing. That other mount would not even stick to it if that were this one. So again, I would use the longer arm on this, but I would stick it right here, a little bit lower probably, but facing the front of my tire. And that does a couple things. People love to see action. They want realism. Inside the car is nice, but you're always going to be missing that outside the car footage. And a shot of the tire, the suspension, you're still going to get that, you're still going to get camera shots of other vehicles, but you're going to see how the vehicle moves and turns, and the way the tire jounces and bounces up and down. It's a pretty neat shot, and I will be bringing you shots like that in the future. I've recorded shots like this already. I just don't show them because of the things that I do in my car. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. So there you have it. As a recap here, GoPro vehicle mount. I recommend the GoPro vehicle mount over a generic version of the GoPro vehicle mount. It is by far 10 times the vehicle mount, not only suction cup strength, but build quality and safety. You're gonna want to keep your camera safe. You're gonna want that peace of mind that your camera's not gonna fly off your car while you're driving down the road. So I do recommend the GoPro vehicle mount. I bought mine on Amazon for $30. Greg Salvatore, purchase one of these cameras, or purchase one of these vehicle mounts, and you will feel a lot better about applying a camera to the outside of your car. Well worth it. The price is not even comparable. This one was actually, I think I paid like $20 for this. It came with other things. It came in a kit, but honestly, you get so many accessories nowadays with these cameras. I can't even tell you how many of these clips I have, how many of these spindles I have. So literally, I don't need all of them. But anyways, if you like this video, hit that like button. Please share this video on your social media. Subscribe as always, and remember, matters not what you drive, as long as you enjoy the ride.